In the spirit of talking about endorsements, let's talk about NIL. It's been a hot topic. This is not a new subject to talk about, and talking about its effects on K-State isn't a new discussion either, but I do have a couple new thoughts. So does K-State being in Manhattan provide good NIL opportunities for its athletes? And to that, I would say yes. I know the coaches at K-State would also agree with me. Not just because they have to promote their brand, but I think they genuinely do believe it when I listen to Chris Kleiman. Chris Kleiman at the Big 12 Media Day said, quote, "I think Manhattan is a home run for name, image, and likeness. We are the main story in town. Kansas State University and our athletic department and our kids are out in the community in all of our sports." End quote. This is true. In my own experience as a student at K-State, I feel like everybody in this town knows who Skylar Thompson is. They know who Deuce Vaughn is, Nigel Pack. Everybody and their mamas knows who Aaliyah Carter is.
Yeah.
There's a terrific permanent community in Manhattan, great community, that don't work for K-State, don't go to K-State. They just live in Manhattan. And it's a great group of people. But you take out the university from the city of Manhattan, and this town looks drastically different. I mean, this, like Chris Kleiman said, it's the main story of the town. Be an extremely different environment without the college. Extremely different environment, economy, and population. So when I compare K-State to other schools looking at NIL, I look at a school like the U down in Miami. That's a huge brand. K-State probably isn't the national brand that the Miami Hurricanes are. Everybody knows the Hurricanes. But the city itself has 500,000 people in it. The college is so little of what the city of Miami is. And the athletes there have to compete with the Miami Heat, the Marlins, the Dolphins, Miami FC, etc. So if you're a business in Dade County, who are you looking to? Would you rather run an advertisement with the starting small forward for the University of Miami, or put an ad up with Tua and Jimmy Butler? That's not all the teams in Florida either. There's 12 other Division I schools, 13 total Division I schools in the state of Florida, and 2 more NFL teams, 2 more NHL teams, another MLB team, and another MLS team. Versus here at K-State, are probably really only competing with KU for a majority of stuff. Kansas City does their own thing, and Wichita State isn't a Power 5, so they don't bring in the kind of market that these two Big 12 schools do. K-State has greater roots in the western part of the state than the Jayhawks do, I think, and there's no one out there to compete with. Skylar Thompson has an NIL deal with a car dealership in Salina. K-State can advertise from Kansas City to Colby with great success. Skylar started his own merch brand, and I've seen people buy it. Deuce Vaughn and Nigel Pack both have deals with the car dealerships here in Manhattan. Ishmael Massoud has a deal with a company outside of the city, and I can name other guys that have deals too. There's a couple of Barstool athletes, a lot of other guys that have things out there. Deuce Vaughn has another one as well. But the point is, it's working for the Cats. Now you guys like Bryce Young and Quinn Ewers who are probably going to leave college millionaires, and I don't think it's just because they're playing quarterback at Alabama and Ohio State respectively. They're big names, and if you can ball, you're going to get noticed no matter where you're at. So when you think of like a basketball powerhouse, the name Brigham Young doesn't pop into your head. Yet Jimmer Fredette was the most talked about NCAA player when he was hooping for the Cougars. C.J. McCollum put his name on the map at Lehigh. Before he won his 2 MVPs and 3 rings, Steph Curry was getting watched across the nation in a Davidson uniform. And even here at K-State, athletes like Colin Klein, Jacob Pullen, and Michael Bishop were national sensations. It's happening here currently too. Deuce is getting talked about around the U.S. Breece Hall is a Kansas kid and plays for Iowa State, which neither are considered by national sources to be huge deals, but he's one of the biggest names in the game. I'm not worried about how K-State will do with NIL, and the coaches will sell it right to the recruits. And I think we'll be all right in Manhattan, and Manhattan's a prime spot to be in, and QB1 thinks so too.
I don't think there's a better place than Manhattan for NIL, just for that reason. I mean, we have such a strong supporting cast in Manhattan. Everybody loves K-State football, so even though it's not the national trademark deals or whatever the case may be, I feel like our guys are going to have a lot of opportunities if they so choose to take advantage of them. With the city of Manhattan, there's great people, great organizations, so I feel like that's something that's really going to complement us as players.